In this video, we're going to show you how to build on what we were doing before with the stairs and ultimately create this little sunken fireplace hangout area in this topography. So let's get started with this. To start off modeling here, we're going to start by drawing some walls. And so let's go to our top view. And we're going to draw some circular walls here. So I'm going to go to Wall button. And I am in 3D view, but you can use just a normal plan view, but I find the 3D view is nice just to be able to see everything. We're going to set a diameter of 20 feet or a radius of 10 feet. And we've got our first ring here. Let's offset a second ring, and so we want to have a recessed fire pit here, right? So we want to have some sort of seating around the edge. And so let's add another ring around here. So let's go to Modify. We're going to go to Offset. And let's offset that in 1'6", and we'll offset that in. And I'm just going to move to a side view so we can see it all. And I'm hovering, hitting the Tab button to select all those parts. Let's now adjust this down. Let's go to -1 and then -1. Our base offset will be -3'6". Our top offset would be -6. And I believe our grade is around 11 feet around the building, so just it probably is -1 foot below. So I'm just adding a little bit of buffer so this wall sticks out a little bit. And so this next one, we actually want to go a little bit lower. So let's go -1'6". And so that's basically, maybe let's do 1 foot, let's do -2 feet. And that's going to set it a little bit above that area. And here we can actually just hit 8HH on our topography for a second. I've got this extra piece of topography left over here. I'm just going to delete. And so we've got these two circles, and I want to create a couple things here. So I want to start by creating some sort of step ledge type thing for people to sit on. And so let's go to the Architecture tab. We're going to go to Floor. We're going to make this a 4-inch concrete slab. So let's go to our lightweight concrete on metal deck. Let's go to Edit Type. We're going to duplicate this, and we're just going to call this 4-inch lightweight concrete. So let's edit this, and we're going to delete the metal decking and change our thickness to be 4 inches, like so. Let's now select the inner and outer parts of this circle. And so this inner one, I'm going to hover over and tab, and let's do a -4-inch offset, so it's going to push it to the outside. And we may need to flip that. There we go. So if you do the wrong direction, you can generally just flip it. And let's set this to be -1, and then let's go down -1 foot or 2 foot. Let's just try 2 foot for a second. -2. I think we got to go down -1'8". But let's just see how that looks. Yeah. Okay. So let's do -1'8", and that's going to set that concrete. So we have this nice little concrete ledge in here. And so now that we've got that placed, let's bring the topography back in. So let's reset our temporary hide. And now we've got our topography. And so there's a few different ways of cutting this topography. I think if you wanted to keep the ground exposed on the bottom, what I would recommend is actually just excavating this. And, or I guess, excavating would be, yeah, it would be one way, and then the other way, if you wanted to keep the ground exposed, would be just modifying the topography. And so when I modify the topography with something like this, I usually start by using a long surface. And the reason why I use a long surface is it prevents Revit from doing too many calculations, and it just makes it a little bit simpler to grab these points. And let's put a point over here and just drop this down to -11. And I don't know why it Did all this all of a sudden, -11. And so now we've got some points along the surface. Let's just add a couple more over here. And I'm just going to select all these points, and we're just going to look on the side here. And they're all a little bit at different heights, so we can actually adjust all these to be -11. And let's actually do -10, 6. Nope, -10, 6. And that way they're just on that edge. And often, as we kind of showed with the floors and the stairs, I usually go just a little bit more. So let's go -10, 7, so that wall is just exposed ever so slightly. And then with this, I would take these points and add some new points on the inside. And I can add them, it doesn't really matter where I add them actually right now, because we actually have that seat inside. So the seat's going to give us a little bit of forgiveness when it comes to the slope of this. And so I line all of these inner points up with the outer point, and I'm holding the control button while I'm selecting all of these. And really this slope, this grade change is going to happen within the circle. And so let's just see how this is going to look. So let's go to -13, and you can see how that's now cutting down pretty deep there and below our floor, and you might have to do some adjusting to that. And so that's kind of one way of doing it. I think that sometimes is a good way. It might not be the best way for this. And so the other way I would go about doing this is, if we go to modify, we can delete all these points we added, and we have our topography here still. Let's grab a new floor, and we're going to grab a new floor, and we're going to place it on the outer edge of this major line. And so we're going to make sure it's on the outside. And lightweight concrete is fine. We're going to make this -3'6", and it's going to be below our -1. And it's going to look something like this. We don't see anything, but we can now grab the topography button and use the excavate. And we want to make sure we're selecting the surface that is the full one. So if I select just this concrete slab here, it's only going to excavate part of that. But now if we select this outer circle, it's going to excavate that whole thing down. And so when you're using this principle on a building, this excavation principle, what I would typically do is I would do it on the outer part of the wall, not the inner part, and then that allows it to not have a grade line inside. And so to finish off this little recessed area, we want to have some sort of stair feature. And when I'm creating an object like this, I will often do the stair in a few different ways. It just depends on the intent. I often will start with a stair itself, because the stairs are obviously designed to do this kind of function. And so we can take this stair down to -1, make this -3'6", and we're going to go up to our -1 or level -1 and -1 of that -1. And so there we go. We've got some steps here. And this is obviously not super custom, but the reason why I like to do this is it gives us a little bit of a bearing of where to start when we're actually drawing our stairs. And so we have 5 steps here at 6 inches per step. And let's maybe add one more step to get us to the top there. So let's do one more here. Let's see what that looks like. So that last step is at the top of that. And so let's bring this staircase in a little bit. And really it's up to you where you put this staircase. Maybe it makes more sense to actually drag it out to this outer edge. And then we can cut the topography around that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create an extra wall here. So we can actually, let's finish our stair first. And I'm going to delete the railings because we don't need the railings here. And let's create an extra wall and just a straight wall around this. And I'm going to change our location line to finish face exterior. Let's draw a wall around this, and right there, right there, and right there. And we can use the trim and extend command to just adjust these walls like so. And then I can go back to our circle that is on this outer edge here, and we might have to hit the topography, hit HH, and actually select this piece. And let's go to edit boundary, and let's select our new walls that we just created here, and let's trim and extend this. And if there's no break in this, we can use the split tool up here to break it, but there is in this case, so I'm not going to need that. And do this side as well. And let's just check and see these are on the outer. They're not, so let's move that to the outer. And let's click escape here. Let's not attach. Let's reset so we can see our topography cut, and let's drop our walls back in. So these will be -3'6" on -1, and this will be I think it's -6 inches we did. And so there we go. We've got our stairs kind of projecting down into our little area here, and then we can also cut our seating section. And so let's go to edit boundary. Let's pick wall, and we can pick these walls here and pick this wall here. And we can make sure these are on the inner part of the wall, and you could use the above view if that's easier to look at. Let's trim and extend these to the outer parts, and it might give you an error message. That's fine, and we'll click the check mark there. And the last part is just extending this wall slightly. So I'm gonna grab these walls here, and I'm just gonna copy these from here all the way to here. And we're just going to adjust the top level to be, I believe, -2. And that's going to go underneath our little area there. And last part is just grabbing this, hit HH, and we're just going to trim and extend these walls here so they match and line up. And then I'm just going to grab these outer walls and just pull them in so they're not long, and they're really just located in the area that they're supposed to be in. And the last part of this is, if depending on how the clients were using this space, maybe we want to have some sort of fireplace in the middle, and so we could add a little bit of topography back in. So we can go to Toposolid here, and maybe what we'll do is we'll make a small gravel area. So let's go to the asphalt one. Let's duplicate this, and let's call this 4-inch gravel. And we're going to adjust this just to be the gravel, so let's delete the asphalt. I intentionally picked the asphalt because I knew there was gravel below, but we could easily have just found this material and added it in there. And so now when we have this, I'm just going to try some offsets here. So let's maybe offset in 6 feet. Let's see how that size is. It's maybe too big. Let's offset in 8 feet. There we go, that's probably a good size. And so now we have this little fire pit area in the center, and it looks like we need to do some trimming here. There we go. And we have this little fire pit, and let's drop this down to -3'4". And now we have our kind of little gravel area there in the middle. And so this is how you can create a recess in the topography for this. And the last part is, we have this Toposolid subdivision. We can adjust this so it lines up with the edge of our stair here. And there's obviously a bit of a raise in this. I'm going to split that line. And so we can show our topography adjusting and getting up to that mark. And so, really maybe this is not the case. Maybe in most projects you would, remove a step, but maybe in this case the grade is wrong here and we want to kind of fix it. And so, here what we'll do is we'll raise up the grade in this kind of section. So we'll add a couple points here. And if it's not giving you a place, you can hit the tab key sometimes to find a point to select. And so let's grab these points, and we'll go Let's go here and we'll go negative 10.6, and let's see if that gets us up. Yeah, it looks like it does. And we just need to add another point over here and make this negative 10.6. And so there we go. We've got our topography, our gravel area here, all connecting to our little sunken zone. And that's how we can start to edit topography and make the topography do a lot more for us and really create custom landscapes with that topography. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to our next video.